I just want to say, in my almost 40 years on this earth, in this country, um, that I really never thought. I mean, I've studied quite a lot of U.S. history, a lot, and I will say the darkest parts of, well, U.S. and world history. I have studied some pretty dark stuff. I I don't know what my problem is. I'm drawn to it like a moth to a flame. The more messed up it is, the more inclined I am to read it. Uh, Part of that, sometimes, depending on how messed up it is, sometimes my take on that is, if somebody else had to live through it, the least I can do is know about it. Um, and sometimes it's like watching a train wreck. It's just hard to look away sometimes. Morbid curiosity, I think, is the term we use for that. Yes. Um, so I'm pretty aware of exactly how messed up our country has been. And I'm pretty aware of how messed up humanity can be. But in my 40 years living in this country, I never thought we would become this. I really, I thought maybe, as a writer, the worst they can do is, I don't know, send me a cease and desist letter and, threaten to, arrest me locally. This whole thing with having a prison camps, concentration camps, because it's not a prison, in a whole other country. It's like camps that are built with the intent to permanently house people, with no intent of ever letting them go. I don't even think, from what I've heard, there's not even a legal process there's not a process to get people out once they're in. It just doesn't exist. This is I can't even call it unprecedented. Bizarre doesn't even begin to cover it. This is abhorrent on the deepest levels of abhorrence. I mean, when the only thing that separates you from Adolf Hitler is, well, we're not gassing them or skinning them yet. I mean, that's pretty fucked up. That's pretty fucked up. I feel sick right now. I mean, me personally, I have my only known family, because I don't know my father's family. I do know they're American citizens. They're they're U.S. citizens. They're Hawaiian. So yeah, there's no immigration or anything like that. At least within the past 4 or 5 generations of my family. Because I know that some of my grandmother's greats and grands, came from England. And parts of my family are Appalachian. And yeah, they've been here for a long time. A long time. Not indigenous long, but a long time. Like, we are in the modern era as close to, I am in the modern era as close to being natively U.S. as our government considers your standard U.S. citizen to be. This is terrifying. And I'm gonna say we have done our country. I'll say we, our country, our government has done some pretty messed up stuff. There's some stuff that there's stuff that Jim Crow did, that they did during Jim Crow. PBS has done documentaries about it. Slavery by Another Name is a very good one. And I mean, if you want to be like that New York Times reporter and suggest that Jim Crow didn't happen, I live in the South, and the scars from Jim Crow are very much still here. If you know where to look, and sometimes if you're not looking even, it's still here. The evidence is still here. And if you ask around, you ask the right people, they will tell you from memory, because it is still in living memory, what happened down here. People have died in the South for the right to vote. People have died in the South for the right to speak, for the right to walk and breathe freely. Don't tell me that didn't happen. That happened. In living memory, that happened. Our government has done horrendous things to native populations, indigenous populations. Absolutely horrendous. Remarkably, one of the most interesting things about the Trail of Tears that nobody talks about is our government, our Senate and House of Representatives, legally recognized the Cherokee Nation as an independent sovereignty. And they were originally against Cherokee removal. There's quite a bit of story as to how that ceased to be. Essentially, they all just kind of went quiet on the matter and let Andrew Jackson do whatever he wanted. And he decided it was a states' rights issue, and that it was Georgia's problem, if they wanted to do it. My question has always been, if it's a states' rights issue, which is really only ever used when bigots want to be bigots, it's like all of a sudden it's a states' rights thing. Oh, slavery is a states' rights issue. Cherokee removal, indigenous removal is a states' rights issue. Give me a break. Civil rights is a states' rights issue. Gay rights is a states' rights issue. Absolutely. Don't make me laugh. I can't even laugh anymore. I'm not even sure I can cry anymore. I just want to puke. Yeah, decided it was a states' rights issue, and then turned around and sent the federal government to assist with the removal. That was a state problem. Right. Yeah. Anyway. And yet somehow that is still not as bad as what's happening right now. What? Why? What is the... Like, there's not even any like financial gain to be had from this. Other than, I don't know, they want to decrease the number of people making money in the country. If people don't make money, they can't spend money. If you're removing people from this country by the hundreds of thousands, those are people whose dollars are no longer going into the system. Because that's how this was supposed to work. People spend the money, it goes into the system. They work for the system pays them money, and then they go back out and spend it. That's how this is supposed to work. Or, God help me, that's what I've been told for 40 years. I mean, I remember having this discussion with conservatives back when I was a kid. People trying to justify decreasing taxes for the rich. Oh, well, what if you're rich someday? Don't you want to hang on to your money too? We're doing it for you. Oh, yeah. Oh, I remember. Pepperidge Farms remembers. I'm ill. I feel absolutely sick to my stomach. And these people need to go at this fucking light. You have a green light, and I need to make a left-hand turn. We are making a right-hand turn with no signal. I see. Anyway. Yeah.